A lot of stuff going on, a battle between good and evil, a warfare between right and wrong. Has nothing to do with racism, sexism, homophobia, ism. No isms. It's either right or wrong. Right or wrong. We got to remember that so that we can start speaking that. I have with me for a few minutes here Julie Bindel, and we were trying to Skype with Julie, but apparently we can't get her on Skype, so we're going to have to do it by Skype audio. Julie is a journalist, writer, broadcaster, and researcher based in London, England. Her latest book, The Pimping of Prostitution, Abolishing the Sex Work Myth. And Julie, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate you being here. Is it true that you are a feminist?
Of course, a proud feminist.
When I think of feminist, when I hear the word, I think of women hating men. What type of feminist are you?
Well, I don't know any feminists that hate men, and I don't work with feminists that hate men, because the strive for equality or to overthrow the oppression that has been a reality in women and girls' lives for centuries is not built on hate. It's built on a sense of it's built on the fact that we wish to see people live in the world together and be equally respected, but also the knowledge that what happens when one group of people oppress another, and when that is institutionalized within every single structure of society, that it causes violence and mayhem. And you can definitely use the analogy of racism here, where we talk about white supremacy that's embedded in all the institutions. It doesn't mean every single white person is racist, and black people that fight against that inequality and white supremacy do not hate white people.
In America, there is no such thing as racism and sexism. So I'm sorry that is happening over there in England, but it's not here.
Did you just say that in America there's no such thing as racism and sexism?
Yes.
Did you actually just say that?
Yes, I did.
Then I think that what's happened is somebody's actually come down from planet Zog. There's a Martian speaking to me who doesn't live in this world. And there must be two Americas, and one must be on Mars. And I think that if you don't accept that there's racism and sexism in your country or in mine or everywhere, I don't think we can talk. I really don't.
And the reason we can't talk because I have to agree with you?
No, not at all. What you're doing is you're subscribing to a flat earth theory. You know the earth is round, but you're arguing the earth is flat. And I'm kind of in a parallel universe here. And I talk to people every day of my life. I'm a journalist who disagree with me or who really, dislike the points of view I have, and vice versa. So I don't have a problem with that at all. You have the right to your view. But this isn't a view you're putting forward, Jesse. This is a flat earth theory.
No,
so I don't think
fact.
I can engage in this conversation.
It's a fact that there is no such thing as racism or sexism. My question, Julie, feminist women have been complaining for the last 60 years or so, just as most black people have been complaining that things are not equal, and they want equal this and equal that. And they can now do whatever they want. Men are under attack by feminists. Feminist women are very violent toward men and children. When will women know, these feminist women know, and blacks know that, when will they know that it's so-called equal or things are right? And you're right, there are two different realities. There are those folks who live in an illusion,
Sure.
an alternative world, and there are those who live in reality as I do and others. When will you
Sure.
know that things are quote-unquote equal?
Right. Have a nice day, Jesse.
She's gone. She hung up on me. Julie ran. Julie Bindel is from England. Joel, she has to get the chicken song. Try her back first, Joel, and if not, she get the chicken song. We have this chicken song that we give to folks who put their tails between their legs and run because they can't handle the truth. And so Julie just hung up on me. She just said, "Bye, Jesse." See, folks, liberals' house are built on sand. They do not have a solid foundation. This is why we must tell the truth and not go along with the lie. We cannot go along with a lie. And the lie is feminist, that is racism, sexism, homophobia, Islamophobia, all types of ism. And it's not true. It's a battle between good and evil, right versus wrong. You're either on the side of evil or on the side of good. And if you recognize you're on the side of evil, you can change. But if you don't recognize that, you will always stay the same. Well, you'll get worse in life. Are you trying to do it?
Yeah.
And what happened?
No answer.
No answer. Julie, that was a horrible mistake. To run like that. They always run. And I want white people to understand this too. That if you stand up to those blacks who are accusing you of being racist, and don't be angry at them because they are blind and can't see, but tell the truth anyway, some of them will wake up. Or they will put their tails between their legs and run. And so I was just talking to Julie Bindel, a journalist, writer, broadcaster, and researcher based in London, England. And I wanted to talk to her about her book, her latest book, The Pimping of Prostitution, Abolishing the Sex Work Myth. But as you can see, and as you heard, Julie put her tail between her legs and ran. She took off. Let me see her picture again, Joel. Mm-hmm. You can take her book down, Joel. Put her picture. There she go. She ran. She's a feminist. Isn't that amazing? And Julie, because you are a coward, this song is for you. Yes! This is for Julie, a feminist. A chicken. Isn't that amazing? I love this. I love this. And the reason I do is because I can finally get my country back. And if we can get more and more Americans, men and women, to stand up for truth and don't be afraid. We have the great white hope in the White House now. A man who loves what's right. He's putting the country first, like no one I've seen in my lifetime. And if we can just stand together and don't be angry because the children of the lie can't see, but tell them the truth, stand up, speak up, but don't resent, we can save the greatest country on this side of heaven. I had hoped that would have happened while the fallen Messiah, Barack Hussein Obama, was in the White House. Because I have to tell you, he nearly destroyed this country because people were afraid to tell the truth to him and about him. He was a far left, and it still is, liberal, godless redistribution of wealth, black liberation theology, black lives supporting evil man, a socialist. And he nearly brought America to her knees. Thank God that he gave us the great white hope in Donald Trump. And then there are Americans who are starting to stand up. We can save the greatest country on this side of heaven. I'm really grateful about that. Really, I am. I am not an African American. I don't have an afro. I have an Amerifro. See? I need a haircut right now. It's kind of long. I'm getting a haircut today. There are no African drums beating in my chest. The American guitar is playing in my heart. Black as the ace of spades. Born on a plantation in Alabama. Grew up under the Jim Crow laws. But 100% American. And now that God has changed my heart, taken away my anger, and changed my values, I am fighting for my country, fighting for the family, fighting for what is right. When I come back, I'll take some phone calls. Julie ran. If you see Julie Bindel running down the road with her tail between her legs, ask why did she run from Jesse Lee Peterson, all right?